I've come to the Koenigsegg factory in Sweden for an exclusive look around.
I've seen a lot of car factories, but what Christian von Koenigsegg is doing in Sweden is on another planet. We're reacting to Carwow's tour of the new 300 horsepower Gemera factory. Let's see why this car costs $1.7 million.
I'm going to explore the inner workings of this secret facility with Christian von Koenigsegg. Together, we'll uncover how his company's unusual history led to its most powerful car, the 2,300 horsepower Gemera. I'll even get to see a brand new engine.
Okay, pause right here. Most engines have a camshaft, a big metal rod that tells the valves when to open. Christian deleted it. It's called free valve. It uses air pressure and AI to breathe. This is why a tiny 3-cylinder engine can produce 600 horsepower. That's more than a base model Porsche 911.
But first, let's meet the man who started it all. So I'm here with Christian von Koenigsegg, here at Koenigsegg in Ängelholm, Sweden. But I want to start off with how it all began, because back when you were 22, 1994, you found the company. I'm basically my final year at university. You're starting a hypercar company.
You what?
So I actually started my first company when I was 19, buying and selling plastic bags, ballpoint pens, frozen chicken, just trying to make some money so that I could build a car. 3 years later, when I was 22, I had made a little bit of money. So I started, and 2 years later, I had a driving prototype that still drives around today.
He makes it sound like a fairy tale beginning, but the truth was very different. Christian nearly lost everything when a fire ripped through the first Koenigsegg factory, and just 2 weeks before the Geneva Motor Show. But despite this, his team managed to complete the first CC8S prototype in time for the event and relocate to a nearby Air Force hangar. This used to be home to Sweden's famous Ghost Squadron, which is where Koenigsegg gets its iconic motto from: the show must go on. But despite the rocky start, Christian did manage to save a few mementos from those early days, which he keeps in his office, and that's where we're headed next.
This is the model I made back in 1994 when I started the company. The only reason why this exists is because it was lost in 1998 in the US, and then it was it came up on an eBay auction like 6-7 years ago, and then I bought it back for peanuts. But if it wouldn't have been lost and found, it wouldn't exist because it would have been lost in the fire.
Yes.
So this is one of the few things I have from the early days.
But Christian's love of cars goes back much further than that, and it comes from a place I'd never have guessed.
So when I was about 6 years old, there was this stop-motion movie from Norway called Pinchcliffe Grand Prix about a bicycle repairman who built this car. So it's got a 12-liter engine in the front, it's got a rocket engine in the rear, 4-wheel drive, it runs on ethanol, and it races against Can-Ams and Porsches and Ferraris and wins the race. My father told me that when we went out of the theater, I told him that I want to be like that bicycle repairman when I grow up. I want to build a car like that.
And Christian's dream is coming true with the new Gemera, which is the most powerful car Koenigsegg has ever made. And I was about to be one of the first people outside the company to see an actual production version being built.
Luckily, it's not easy to see what it looks like. It's a new wheel.
But this is interesting. If we're allowed to show, we can blur it out if we need to. How you have your buck that you're working round, and then you're laying the carbon fibre layers on to produce the wheel. Then you'll take this metal bit out, obviously.
Yes.
How long does it take to make one of these?
Probably 3 or 4 days.
So you're working on this for 3 or 4 days, and you're basically using the carbon fibre sheets, which
they're pre-cut and marked here, you can see, so you have a certain order to put them in.
And how often do you have to go back and like, oh, I laid that one a bit wrong?
Pretty often.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, it's such a low tolerance, so it's like everything needs to be perfect.
So all these pieces here are for that individual wheel?
Correct. And the pieces already put on there, of course.
So how many pieces in total make up a wheel?
650 individual carbon fiber pieces going into one wheel over around 3 days from one operator.
Look at this. These are hollow carbon fiber wheels. Christian explains that they use 650 individual pieces of carbon for one wheel. It takes a specialist 3 days of manual labor just to build one. If you curb one of these, you aren't just buying a new wheel, you're buying 3 days of someone's life. Absolutely insane detail.
And you can count how many people we need to be to build our wheels.
Yes, and you can see that this one piece is part of the spoke, so there's a few pieces for the spokes there. Look at that, and you can see the design of it there, and this is for a secret car that's not yet been revealed.
Can we have the door a little bit open even though we shouldn't?
Yeah, we can for sure open. At least one door.
It's just more fun with a little bit of noise.
Okay.
And this engine is not, let's say, put there to show maximum power at the moment. It's tuning kind of emissions and drivability parameters and so on. But you will see what it will do today. and which will not be its highest number possible, but interesting to keep in mind, 95 octane fuel.
Right.
Even on this fuel, we can go higher like we do on the Esco.
Okay. Are you ready?
Let's do a pull then.
22,000.
See the dry sump tank there on the side, so we have a window so we see what's going on. That's the same tank as in the car, in the Gemera.
Here we go.
So that was a pull. I think it was over 1,000 horsepower.
Can check. Yeah, this was about 1,050 horsepower.
This is it.
And that's on
The Gemera V8 is on the dyno, and wow, does it sound clean. Just imagine, this beast is running on standard pump gas, not even racing fuel, and it's already cranking out 1,000 horsepower. They haven't even finished the final tune yet. Once they add the electric motors, we're talking a jaw-dropping 2,300 horsepower, more than two Bugatti Veyrons combined.
95.
7.5.
Yeah.
So when you're running it fully, what do you anticipate it'll do on 95?
So I mean the Jesco, we are up at 1,270. So this has slightly smaller turbos, so which means the boost be a little bit earlier. So I would say over 1,200 at least.
That's the target, yes. The orange one is our torque curve.
So you're getting to peak torque about there,
At 1.5 RPM we hit 1,100 Newton meters.
and which is your power curve, this?
So then the green one is the power curve.
Okay.
So here we hit 1,050 horsepower at 7.5. So we have a little bit more headroom, which we are still under development.
Right, so you're going to get this power curve, the green, going a bit more like that?
Right,
Yes,
correct.
Okay, you're still developing the engine now before they go to the customer?
You're correct. I mean, we keep on doing this even to Jesco engines and other engines to run them over time, to put even more mileage on it for service,
To see what
development,
happens.
to see what happens. So this is kind of endless work.
I was beginning to understand why the Gemera costs around
The
2.7.
kicker, Christian, being a dad, made sure the Gemera has 8 cup holders, 4 heated, 4 cooled. You can literally take your kids to school at 250 miles per hour and their lattes will stay warm. It's the ultimate dad car.
million US dollars, or over £2 million. But there's another reason that I only started to grasp when Christian showed me the facility that actually builds Koenigsegg's incredible motors.
So this is our e-motor production line. This facility doesn't run non-stop because if we did 2 shifts here, we can do 5,000 motors per year. And we don't have that need at the moment, but we have a lot of interest from outside parties when they're looking for maximum power and torque density to size and don't care about price, then they can come to us.
Also, this kind of comes back to like the price of the cars. Part of what you're paying is this to be standing still.
As well, of
Yeah,
course.
you are, because
in
if
a
you
way,
want it in the car, you need this unit.
Yeah.
And the output volumes are low, so at times you're paying for a machine. In a normal production facility, that is working
all the time. Of course. Yeah, that's true. And this is, let's see if I can open this up. Again, no pacemaker here. This is,
Rotor magnetizing.
yeah, I don't know how to open this actually. I shouldn't touch it. It's a hollow carbon
So this
fiber
is the
rotor.
rotor.
We used our wheel technology to make this hollow.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
And where's the
light-
magnets?
These are the magnets.
These are the magnets, and this bit spins.
Yes.
Hence the name rotor.
Yes.
obviously. Okay.
And this is after this is manufactured, it's magnetized here.
Okay. Cutting edge dark matter motors aren't the only things built in this new facility. Koenigsegg is still making new parts for some of its oldest cars as part of the Legends division, which is also where Christian keeps some of his most important models in the brand's history.
Koenigsegg isn't just making cars, they're crafting art. The Gemera shows that you don't need a massive factory to change the game, just a wild idea and a lot of carbon fiber. So, which part do you love more? The 3-cylinder friendly giant or that V8 Raw? Let me know in the comments.